Mr. Clapper, with our construction update from the owner's representative.
Good evening, everyone. Today I was at a training in Albany, Critical Summit training, and it just dovetails into everything that Kingston does. We met with facilities planning of SED, and they discussed projects and how to go about getting funding for projects and how all of that works. And what was interesting, what was just said here, is that we're already ahead of the game. We have a facilities committee. We have a steering committee that has been in place for several years, and it's already guided us to having much better 5-year plans and building action plans. And as I sat there and listened, and as I listened here today, it's really a community here in Kingston that's driving this, and we're doing great work. And in fact, they've asked me to speak at the next meeting out there about how we do our business. So I'm very proud to be part of that. So on the site, we are moving along very rapidly at this point. This is the east side of the east building. That is the sidewalk that's going to be right up against the building. The cones are on the light poles, and the equipment is parked in the new service road that's going to go around the building. Most of the site work, we're trying to get a jump on it. We've left the second half of the field house. The contractor on board has all his insurances, we've vetted out all his submittals. They're going to start working on the outside of the field house in April. They're going to start in April instead of waiting for summer, so we get a jump on the summer work. This is a fire pump, which the water pressure at the high school was down a little bit, and I just took a picture of this because that thing is, you can't see the scale of it. That thing is huge. And it fits in this little room, and you can see the little red marks on the floor. I wish I had better picture skills. But when that thing gets in there with the tank, there's not going to be a lot of room. But we're very cognizant of safety for the students and code compliance. And we've upgraded all our systems, all our detection systems, all our sprinkler systems. It's been very good for the safety of the students. This is the second floor of the east wing. Lockers are in. All those boxes you see in the hall are floor tile. We have just about everything done. As you can see, the ceiling's mostly in. There's just a few ceiling tiles out, about 50% of the ceiling tiles in, and that's just for the duct and the HVAC guys to access the rest of their work. This is a room on the third floor of the east wing, and it's we're considering it a mock-up room, but it's not the room that's most completed. So the cabinetry's in, the whiteboard, this is a teacher station. This is kind of at the windows looking back out to the hallway. You come in, there's a little half wall, there's a teaching station where all the IT equipment will sit. There's lockers for equipment on this side, and this is from I turned 90 degrees in the room. That's the teaching wall, and you can see the boxes up on the wall. That's where the projector will go. There's cabinetry in every classroom along the outside. On the east wing, we're about 75% complete with all the cabinetry. We're about 30 or 40% complete with all the flooring. All the whiteboards are hung. 80% of the ceilings are in. We're moving along very well on that. And this is the wall looking back out with all the cabinetry along. This is down the hall to the first science room on the third floor. This was taken Monday, and I'm absolutely sure that floor is completed. But why I took this picture is because all of those cabinets on the wall with the white faces, they're all whiteboards. You can write on each one of those. They're magnetic. You can either put things up with a magnet, or you can write on them and use it as educational space. There's stations all the way around the edge of the room, and we designed the room for flexibility. All the tables and chairs in the room are rolling tables. So if you want to put them in any position you want to put them in, you could do together, islands, demonstration tables, and they're all movable and for the entire room. This is the next room down, the science room, about halfway down the hall. The cabinetry's all done, plumbing's all done, floor's all done. This room is about ready to put wax on the floor, to tell you the truth. Moving down, as you can see the hallways, this is, I believe, the second floor of the east wing. tile, there's ceramic tile that goes up to about 6 foot high in all the hallways for protection of the walls. Lockers are all in. These tables here that you see in the foreground are those science tables that roll around everywhere. Bathroom petitions are in. Can't show you any bathroom fixtures yet, but they're there. This was interesting. This is the west wing, and that's all the IT cabling for just one closet. There's 2 closets in each wing. So every room has at least one port, and most rooms have at least 2 wires in them. But that's all going back to the IT cables, all the cables. I didn't count them, but the technical term there is lots. So the north stair tower in the west wing is the last little bit of steel work to be done. This is right up by the roof. They're almost there. They have to fill them up with concrete, and that will be done. And then back in Salzman proper, this is the hallway in the 600s. All the ceilings have been removed because we're also getting a jump on the summer work there. Starting on Monday of next week, we'll have crews of plumbers and heating, HVAC guys working at night. They're going to start working at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, work till 11 till our staff leaves, and they'll be running pipe and preparing for this summer's work. This is, I believe it's 503. It's a computer lab inside Salzman, and that box is the elevator for the new freight elevator for the cafeteria. And the reason I took that is because even though it looks like it's taking quite a chunk of space out of the room, the teacher was pretty inventive, and the students, and they're doing some kind of graphic design on the computers now, and they're putting all their work up on the box that it protects them. So, this meeting, again, even though it's a little ways away, Winston Tobin doesn't come down for about 3 or 4 years. We met with the folks that now handle the garden at Kingston schools, and there is a agricultural class coming up. I don't know all the detail to it, but this young lady spearheads that. So we sat down with the design team and we discussed what the landscaping is going to look like and what we can do for indigenous plants. We're talking about maybe having a little fruit orchard and a sustainable garden at the high school at the end of the day. So what we looked at was all the green areas that were going to be done, that would be left afterwards. And quite frankly, we're on quite a hill there. And so we started talking about step planting and all those things. And so these folks are going to be heavily involved in the design at the end of all the landscaping on site. Other news in the district, George Washington School, the playground is complete. My guys were just finishing it up a couple of days ago, maybe last week. Playground's up and running, all mulched, ready to go. I believe they're having a ribbon cutting soon. I saw an email today, I don't remember what it said. Out at Myers, the water softener failed about 2 or 3 months ago. We got a price to install it, and then our guys, what we ended up doing is just buying the materials, and our guys installed the new water softener out there. We've had some storm damage out at Chambers. The electrical service poles, a couple of them snapped during that last windstorm, and we're having that repaired over spring break, and our guys have been very instrumental in getting that together, getting contractors into looking at that. So I'm very proud of my guys, and that's about it.
Tom, could you please put up the picture with the fire pump?
Sure.
Yeah,
probably should have went the other way.
Code question of, I noticed that it's the electric panels right behind it.
Oh,
Is it up to codes?
Yeah.
I've been there and I know, that's what I'm wondering.
It actually doesn't show it. That moves forward. That red line at the bottom is the edge of the fire pump. It's the far edge of the fire pump. Yeah, we're building all code compliant buildings.
Well, I just see it's very close to the electrical panels, that's what I'm wondering if
That's not
okay.
installed yet, right?
That's not, it's just sitting there.
That's sitting there, right?
That's sitting there. It's not installed. Like I said, if you see that red line on the bottom of the picture, that's the pad. That's going to be the pad that sits on. It's sitting behind the pad to move to it.
Okay, one more.
Okay, not a problem.
About the IT rooms, will be ventilated or air conditioned? Because I know you need to be cooled off.
Right, and actually we had an issue this week right here at Crown Street at the main hub for our air, all our IT. The air conditioner went out, and we were able to open up a window because it was a cold night. We immediately had our guys come up the next day, look at it. We called in a contractor and we had it running. All the IT closets at the high school have individual cooling. The entire building, all classrooms, hallways, meeting spaces, cafeteria, will have air conditioning at the end of the day. All the stalls in the entire learning center will be air conditioned from the rooftop units.
Okay.
And actually that chiller is, what's today? Today's the 8th. On the 10th, that chiller will be set. So the piece of equipment that's going to do all that air conditioning will be set a couple of days from now. Or it's coming in a couple of days from now.
I think it's shipped in a couple, they'll be next
Shipped in a
week
couple
sometime.
days from now. So,
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? Reverend Childs and then Mrs. Collins?
I really don't have a question, I guess it's a comment, really. We look at these pictures and they're pretty good. But when we went over.
no answer last. Okay.
When we went over and did a tour of the building, it's absolutely amazing.
It is true.
It's tremendous, the work that's going on. We just can't wait until they finish day come.
Right.
And to see the kids go into that place and the teachers, they're gonna be excited. I think they're gonna be excited to just go to school now.
I agree with you. On a day-to-day basis, I'm there, and I see the progress. And some, you know, I might miss a day, and 2 days go by, and I can't believe what's been done. And then somebody like maybe Mr. Reinhardt will stop by every 4th or 5th day, and he can't believe what's happened in 4 or 5 days. And then obviously, as that ring goes out, that puddle ring goes out, people haven't been there in a couple months, can't believe how far we've moved along. And again, we are on schedule with just about everything. There's been a few little glitches here and there, but we've demanded a lot of our contractors, and they're stepping up to the plate. On an average day, we have between 70 and 80 workers on the site, and we're moving along. We are going to deliver this thing on time. So.
Mrs. Collins?
I'm going to echo some of what Reverend Child said, but for those of us that were fortunate to go on that tour, and then to see the pictures and to remember that, it's really so much more than brick and mortar too. Not only the excitement, but I really think that it's just with the configurations and the thought behind it, it's really just allowing us to change the whole nature of instruction.
Absolutely.
Our faculty, our staff, our students are so fortunate to see that you can move things around, that we're going to have entranceways and, you know, flat screen TVs, and it's quite an opportunity for people of Kingston, and I just want to thank you for your leadership and everybody who's been involved with it. And it's so nice to see the district's vision coming to life. When you go there, you can feel it, it's palpable, and it's fantastic.
I totally agree. Truthfully, most of the ideas came from the focus groups. We sat down and we spent a lot of time on the early part of this project with the design team, and almost every teacher that wanted to participated, and they gave us their ideas and we ran with it. And every room is flexible. If you want it to be a social studies room this year, it's a social studies. Next year, it could be a language class. It could be anything because of that flexibility, and it's shown through the whole thing. And I totally agree. It's going to be a center of the community. There's no doubt about it.
I'd like to weigh in. I always appreciate it. I just love watching this happen. I should say that I was on several facility committees over the 40 years that I worked at the district, or nearly 40 years, and which never came to fruition. And this is just such a treat for me to watch it happen.
Right. I'm really looking forward to September 4th or 5th or whatever the first day of school is going to be.
Mr. Franklin,
Yeah, well, I want to say that these hundreds and hundreds of school projects going on in the state today,
That is correct.
and our project is one of the bigger ones actually, and we should be proud to be able to accomplish these and go ahead with the project and be on time and under budget. So far, we're still under budget, and I'm very happy to know this.
Yeah, one of the facts that came out of today's summit, the SED facilities department is now going to start farming out some of their work. There are 850 projects currently in the queue. And so.
I remember it was hundreds, but I didn't know that.
And that's not inclusive of the smaller ones. There's this $100,000 mechanism that doesn't include those. The Class A ones that are just replacing kind, like if I was going to replace the windows in this building, it doesn't include those either. So the backlog right now is about 30 weeks. And so there's a bunch of work going on around the city. So.
Well, it's good to hear that we're going to hire some assistants there. Yes,
A
sweetheart.
question that you may or may not know the answer to. Mr. Shaughnessy and I were at a Jefferson Committee meeting, and there was discussion about issues with traffic and students. Will in September the new entrance to the build, it will not be, right? That's not opening for quite some time, right? The main entrance.
The new main entrance, the south-facing entrance, will be open for school year September 18th. So it'll be 1 year. This year, and that's the other thing,
Yeah.
during this whole time, I have to say the staff up at the high school and the administration there has been great with us. We're actually able to do more work because of those folks giving up their spaces and moving. Just the other day, we moved 2 or 3 teachers, or asked them if they would move for the spring break because there's a staircase that has to come out to accommodate mechanical rooms. And they gladly did it. They started packing their boxes and they're moving out. And I think, same thing, they're looking forward to moving into the new space. And so there's a logistical meeting probably once a month of how we're going to move people around the campus. So on the beginning of school, we already have a plan in place. They're going to actually enter in the lower level of the east wing and come through the hallway there and fill the building that way. There's all the appropriate fire exits and all those things. As construction goes along, like I said, by the end, in December, we'll turn over the cafeteria area, and then at September of 2018, the official southern main entry to the building will be open.
But there won't still be construction traffic coming around?
Well, it's interesting too, and we're trying to work on this too. So the first phase, this is all first phase work. So
Right.
all the parking lot, the front entry, everything will be done next summer around the outside of the building. Everything around Salzman will be done. And but we still have work to do in Maine, and we have to take down List and Tote. And so that work was put into phase 2 because of our limits, our maximum cost allowance. And so that part of the campus will still be ongoing. And what we're doing now is that we're actually ahead of the game. We're doing the mechanical in Maine this year. We're finishing the field house, so the field house will be 100% at the end of this year. But that work, there's going to be a little lull for a few months, around 12 to 18 months, where as the money regenerates itself, we're going to be doing smaller projects, and then there'll be a big push when the money regenerates enough to take down the building and finish Maine. So there is still going to be construction on the site, and right now the projection is to 2022.
Right, I just mean trying to conceptualize how it shifts and also shifting the culture of using Maine as the main
Our design,
entrance to.
our design partners and our staff we literally work on that like once a week of how we're going to move people around the campus, and there's plan after plan of safe. Not only that, SCD wouldn't have allowed this to happen if we weren't keeping a separation between construction and the students. And so we had to give logistic plans to them, and we update them all the time.
Right, I'm not questioning that you guys are doing
No.
a good job, but I'm just curious as to try to conceptualize it.
As of September 18, the road that goes from Andrew Street to O'Reilly will be 100% complete. The plaza will be complete. The parking lot will be complete right there. So that whole front entry will be done. And that's going to be the main focus. That's where student drop-off is. That's where the bus loop kids come up from. So everything will be going in those front doors in about 17 months, 18 months, something like that.
Anybody else? All right, I will say we had a wonderful tour. Everybody has weighed in on that. And for those of you who were unable to come for one reason or another, Mr. Perner will be contacting you to see if there's a common date for each new tour. And we're going to have another tour for facilities at the end of April. April 26th, so know that that's coming to change.
We're becoming very good tour guides. In fact, student government toured through the, yesterday. I didn't get the report on it, but I'm sure it went very well. So, right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Clapper.